Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Ryan, and welcome to the Week 3 Island/House Store update. As you can see in the bottom right-hand corner, there has been a lot of changes since Week 2. So I just wanted to do a quick little reminder that this is a no time-skipping playthrough that I'm doing right now. So when it comes to things like moving buildings or building bridges and inclines, I do have to wait the entire day before it's actually done, which can postpone a lot of the development that the island ends up having to go through. So starting out at the entrance, not much has changed except for the flooring. I changed all the stone flooring to these dirt paths, which took a while, but I think it actually looks a little bit better. I apologize for the balloon that's flying overhead right now. Thankfully, the Easter event is going to be over after today, so we won't have to deal with as many balloons out. As you can see, everybody's in their finest Easter outfits. Anyways, I got most of the houses moved into the sections that I showed earlier. I ended up taking away the middle wall that separated all of them, and then just having them in their own little sectioned off portions. So we have the 6 houses over on the left side, and then the 4 houses that are going to be over on the right side. I'll show that here in a moment. This section here I'm still working on. I took a lot of inspiration from a recent 5-star island video that was posted. I was already thinking of doing the connected rivers kind of in a straight line at a 90-degree angle, and the island that I saw basically gave me inspiration for everything else that you're about to see, particularly on the left and right hand sides of the island. On the left side, we have a little coffee bar section just off on the side of the beach, and this pathway that goes up that leads into a little picnic area. I'm just trying to make the island look a little bit more lived in. We have some sections blocked off here for just trees and flowers. I haven't quite decided if I want to put actual fruit trees there yet. That will come later on. This section here, while right now is a land bridge, is eventually going to be turned into a regular bridge. That will be a change that's happening very soon. It's probably going to happen a lot sooner than all the other things. Made a little outdoor restaurant here sitting next to a waterfall, and the waterfall actually leads to a kind of nature trail that I'll show you guys here in a moment, which we're actually going to do now since the center part isn't developed all that much yet. So we just have a little side pathway here on the left-hand side. And over here after the beach, we actually have this little stony relaxation part. Took some inspiration from a post on Reddit that I saw. If you ever need inspiration for something, just browse the Reddit every now and again. You'll eventually find something you'll like, and you kind of just start mixing and matching and stuff like that. So it looks really good. So we have an incline here that leads to a little walkway, nice little waterfall. This pathway here is actually going to lead up to the campsite. This is supposed to be an incline, which I have outlined right now, so it's just used as a general guideline. This is where the campsite's going to go. And then, of course, there's another lake off here to the bottom right-hand side that, again, leads to more waterfalls. We're going to have another incline that goes down from here. And then we have another incline that'll go down from here. And what you can actually do is you can actually use these side paths for the nature trail part of it to actually hop against the waterfall here just like this. It's another way to get around it if you don't want to go through the campsite, or if you just want something something kind of just fun to do off to the side here. So this whole center portion that you're seeing right above me is actually going to be used as an orchard and flower breeding garden kind of thing. I'm gonna have a lot of different gardens built into it, but I plan on expanding it all the way down here through the middle. And then I plan on putting a ton of inclines, a ton of rivers, fountains, all that stuff. So it'll be fleshed out, and hopefully by week 4, I'll have more of it fleshed out. But for now, it's just kind of barren as I continue to move everything. One of the biggest changes you'll see from week 2 is that the museum is no longer here. The museum has actually been moved to the upper right-hand section. I just put this down because I plan on putting it outside the museum, and then of course it's turnip day, so there's a lot of these just hanging around. So the entrance to the museum is essentially the same as it was back in week 2, but instead now it goes up to an incline here and it has its own little section, and this is going to be the museum section right here. I'm actually going to be putting other stuff at the top, that way it kind of fills out more of the background where you're looking up at it. But over here on the left-hand side, I need to get more of these iron garden chairs and tables. Little vending area section. This is where an incline is going to go. So we have incline 1 being built, and then we have incline 2 that's going to be built over here on the right hand side that lead up to the museum. Now this, I just put a playground here because I was like, okay, well, you know, when you're visiting a museum, sometimes the kids want something to do other than just walk around. So why not just have a little playground? But to be honest, I think I might exchange this for a giant T-Rex fossil. So I think that's what I might do, and instead move the playground down to the right hand side of the entrance to the museum. So this house I still need to move, and these bamboo trees I still need to move as well, but I'm still figuring everything out as we go along here. Just bear with me as all that stuff starts happening. Off to the northeast side of the island, we just have the lighthouse sitting on the rocks, and then of course a telescope looking out. Just some aesthetic things to, like I mentioned earlier, make the island seem more lived in and make sure that most every part of the island has some sort of purpose. Otherwise, the right-hand side of the island has not been touched all that much. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. For example, in particular, this section here. I originally had the lighthouse here, but ended up liking it on the rocks more, so we moved it up there. So yeah, it's completely symmetrical. You hop over to get to this side as well on the right-hand side of the island. So that's all the same. This little heart-shaped rock pattern. When we go down to the beach, I added just this little bonfire and log benches along with an ice cooler as well, just to, you know, add a little bit more flavor to the beach. And then over here, we still have the lounge chairs. The plaza is still essentially the same. You can see Zipper up there, ready for this event to be over. I went ahead and checkerboarded the pink and black tulips over here in the entry of the plaza as well. This is where my house is going to be. So off to the left side, we have a Zen flat garden. I was able to get the designs from someone on Twitter. If I find it, I'll link it in the description down below for anybody who wants to use it. It's called a flat garden if you want to look it up online, but this is essentially the concept. And then over here, we have an outdoor bath, which I might change out for just like a lake setting instead, but for now, I kind of like how it looks. So we're going to keep it here, and then once the house gets placed, maybe I'll change it. Speaking of the house, the last thing that really needs to be done is to view my house. So we'll do a quick house tour, and then that'll be it. So biggest change was the living room that was a traditional living room is now a traditional Japanese Zen-inspired living room. Instead of having it off to just this room over here, I've decided to go ahead and just make it the main living space. So right now, no music, but I actually like how it sounds with just the hearth. Sounds really pleasant. It's kind of relaxing. Over here to the left-hand side, as I mentioned in the last video, I was turning it into a kitchen. Now it's just a little bit more fleshed out. So yeah, I ended up getting a really nice wallpaper and a nice medium rug from Sahara to put underneath the dining area here in the middle. It's starting to look a little bit more pleasant. I think the thing that did it the most was the wallpaper, and I just noticed those knives up there are sitting against the curtain, so we need to move that to more above the sink, I think, but for now, that's where they're gonna stay. So yeah, the chairs and the counters are off color, but you know, for now these are just placeholders. This is just kind of a general idea of what I want it to look like. Going over to the right hand side, this, which was the Zen room, is now just a bathroom. I started to accrue a lot more bathroom stuff, and it's actually more like a sauna or spa, if anything. Once I get a toilet, it's going to look a lot more like a bathroom. Right now it just looks like a sauna, which is totally fine. So that's what happened with this room here. I actually really like it with the wallpaper and the flooring. Looks really clean, and so this will probably stay for a while and obviously get rearranged more as we get more furniture. And then of course the last thing to check is the master bedroom, but to be completely honest with you, the master bedroom did not change much. This is all pretty much the same, and yeah, otherwise there's really nothing else to show on the island as of the week 3 update. There's still a lot of stuff that needs to be done, but it's definitely a lot of improvements since the week 2 update that I posted last week. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to hit the like button. Also, be sure to subscribe to the channel for more Animal Crossing videos in the near future. And I'm also going to plug that I did most of this work actually over on twitch.tv/RyanFTW. I currently stream Animal Crossing on Saturday and Sunday mornings and Wednesday evenings. So if you can't wait for the week 4 update and you kind of want to see my thought process as we go along here, you can go ahead and go to the Twitch channel and follow me on there. There's a link in the description for my Twitch channel, and I'm also going to leave it in a pinned comment down below. Otherwise, guys, that'll do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate it very much. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.